Hi, my name is Megan Jameson, and for my reading log this week, I did The Adventures of Beekle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santon, and illustrated by Dan Santon as well. The publisher is the Little Brown and Company, and it was copyrighted in 2014. It is a fantasy fiction book, since imaginary friends don't exist, sadly. And it has 38 pages. I think this book would be really good for first grade, and it won the Caldecott Medal, as you can see right there. So basically, this story is about an unimaginary friend named Beekle, who is this little guy right here with the crown. He is born in this land where once friends are imagined, they leave. And so Beekle sits and he waits for someone to imagine him, but nobody does for a very long time. And so Beekle takes matters into his own hands, and he did the unimaginable. He sailed across the ocean and across, his world, and he ends up in the real world. Now, if you look, these illustrations are done with colored pencil, which I think is really cool. He does a really good job of blending them, but I think some of the background might be a little bit of watercolor, and with the fading edges here. So Beekle then arrives in the real world, and he's going around trying to find a friend. And he finds something that looks familiar. This little tail here reminds him of his friends from the unimaginary place, or the unimagined place, and he follows it to a park. And he sits and he waits for a friend, but his friend never comes. And so he goes into a tree, and he sits and waits there. And they never come, and he waits, and everybody leaves. Until finally, he sees this little girl, and she yells hello. And there's a little piece of paper stuck there. So she would like that paper. And so then he gets her the paper, and they become best friends. And he says it feels familiar, and it's actually them being together. And so they become best friends, and she names him Beekle. And Beekle and Alice, the little girl, go on many, many unimaginable adventures. And it's a super cute story. I really love the bright colors and the warm colors that he uses, especially to fill the negative space. It makes the story feel friendly and less of a sad story, because Beekle doesn't have a friend until he finally makes one, and I think that's a really good quality. Personally, I think kids can take from this book, the idea of imaginary friends are good, and it's good to be creative, and friends come in all different shapes and sizes, and they'll come when you least expect it. And this book reminds me of a movie, actually. This character, Beekle, reminds me of the character Baymax from Big Hero 6, and I love that movie, but they look very similar. Baymax is just a bigger version, and he's technically a robot, whereas Beekle's just a little white fluff who's adorable. So for this activity, though, or for an activity for my classroom, I would have the kids cut out and decorate and create their own imaginary friend, and then I'd hang them around the room, and they would be their little, a little family of our imaginary friends. This book's really good for first grade. It's got pretty simple word structure. The sentences aren't too long. It's obviously a picture book, but it just also doesn't use anything too complicated, and the themes in it aren't super complicated either, so I think it'd be a really good book for first grade. That is my reading log for the week, so thank you.